Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz Universe, to the channel. We are going to talk today about this little German Tier 7 light tank, the SP1C. And I apologize up front for the length of this video and the review. It is nearly half an hour on a very small tank. But I had a hard time choosing between all the replays I had recorded in this one. And I decided to use them all, basically, because all the replays in this video show what the tank can do, show what you should not do in the tank. And I also decided to make this a very lengthy review because this tier for tier is one of the worst performing tanks in game. And I'm going to tell you exactly why this is such a hard tank to play and what you should do to be successful in it. I'm going to play it with both the auto-loading gun, which I'm using here, and with a single shotgun. There's going to be mastery games in it. There's going to be a very massive, epic, nail-biting carry in the end. And some brawling, which you shouldn't really do in the SP1C. But yeah, that's why I decided to include all the reviews and basically make a video that is way too long. I know it's way too long, but yeah. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you will subscribe to the channel if you like the content, and I hope you will refer your friends to this video as well if they have any problems driving the SP1C. Because like that, it's a Tier 7 German light tank which has absolutely no armor whatsoever, which has a very nasty punch on its gun, which goes around pretty effectively. It's very light, it really is a light tank, it doesn't weigh a lot. It gets pushed around, it gets shoved around, but it is a really, really nice drive altogether. This game was, as you can see, a top tier game. I decided not to go on the flank, which I would usually do in light tanks or medium tanks, but I decided to go to the middle, which gave me a first class with just above 2k damage. It's not a really good earner, the tank in tier 7. And we did get a first class on account of 1.5. Yeah, 1.5 assistance damage, a lot of it on the Nashorn really. But like that, the tank hasn't got any armor whatsoever. So this is the tissue profile of the SP1C, and we're looking at it. As you can see, it's green, mostly green, mostly paintable. We're looking at it from the perspective of an MS1. Yeah, that's the tier 1 Russian light tank. An MS1 will penetrate you, no problem whatsoever. Any tank will penetrate you, and especially the big guns at the tiers you are fighting mostly will have no problems penetrating you. So if you make a wrong move and then you get subjected to the likes of KV2, for example, this will happen. Yeah, that really hurt. Or this will happen if you pop out too far and an SU-152 comes marauding around the corner. 1000 HE, no problem whatsoever. What do you have then to work with as a tank itself? As you can see, I have included both the single shotgun on the SP1C and the Bulldog. Both here, AMX 3075, obviously an auto-loading gun as well. You do have the highest alpha in the tier, 225. That's good. The DPM on the auto-loading gun is lower than if you mount the single shotgun, but for some reason I have found the auto-loading gun to be more useful really. It hasn't got that really quick reload in between shells of 2 seconds anymore. It has 3.5. which is a bit annoying because you will shoot and then you will know you're spotted. The auto-loading gun also makes the tank a bit heavy, but it has better aim time, as you can see. It does make the tank a slight bit heavier, which of course is all really logical. It's an autoloader. It has something in the interior. But you can see you have good gun depression, and Walker Bulldog with an auto-loading gun has worse gun depression. The SP1C doesn't have that. It has a bit of some strange gun depression around the edges and around the rear. And if you look at the movement and mobility, it's a good it's good mobility. It's not the best in class, especially because you are a very light tank, but you don't have a really big engine, so your power to weight ratio isn't brilliant. But you can get around pretty quickly, and yeah, the main thing, obviously, I've said it before. Take a look at this. Your view range is good, but your armor, then just really isn't any. 10, 10, 10, 10 all around, and something on a gun mantlet. That's it. You've seen it bounce in the intro. Really lucky that IS-3 hit my gun, and that was it. But what you do have is a good view range, and I've stopped it dead on here. Just take a look at this. Camo rating, undervalued in Blitz. It isn't really useful in Blitz because it is a lot about on the DPM, but that's a T-43 over there at less than 183 meters from me, less than 200 meters. He is well within range from me. The tanks at the back obviously can't see me. There's a bush. I'm too far away. But there's a Tier 7 medium, which has a very nasty gun against an SP1C, and he just doesn't spot me. I've not included this game completely because I was thinking that's going to be not useful, but I've included this little bit because I spotted 6 tanks, and there's number 7, there's a Type 62. He was on the B cup and then he dropped off because he wants to take me out. SU-100Y, thank you very much for shooting him. I missed the dragon there, the dragon that gets caught up on the tracks. But you can see if you go into a DPM trade with a dragon which has more or less the same rate of fire according to compared to me, yeah, I do track him, which does make him miss a shot, but you can see he is shooting HE at me, and every shot just penetrates. If I hadn't shot him on the tracks, and if that SU-100Y hadn't shot him earlier, then I would have been dead. 148 hit points left. You can't really dogfight in an SP1C against same tier mediums or light tanks. I'm going to talk later about the light tanks and the medium tanks in the same tier against an SP1C. What you can see what I'm doing here, I'm shooting that lurber. I wasn't spotted. I waited for him to go behind the bush. I had double bush camouflage. Then I managed to shoot him once. I knew there were tanks on the B cap because the B cap was going up, so I decided to reset it. I waited for 10 seconds, reset it again, and then I'm off. And I know, ladies and gentlemen, update 5.0 hit in World of Tanks Blitz. It's there, the patch has been updated, my client has been updated, but I wanted to include this game, even if it's old vineyards, because this is what you can do in an SP1C, or what you should do in an SP1C if you are bottom tier. It's not going to be a massive carry, it's going to be a second class game. But King YOLO Gold Noob in the Panther M10 from Requiem Clan commented later in the chat afterwards on the game. Yeah, I was wondering why that SP1C was driven so well. Usually, because it is a tank with absolutely no armor, and I mentioned earlier that you will lose in a dogfight against the same tier medium or light tank. So don't do that. I'm going to show you in one of the next games on Dynasty's Pearl where I make some mistakes and you will lose a hit point at an alarming rate. I'm not shooting at IS-5 because I don't want to get spotted. It's supremacy, I want to take a tank out. I was using the single shot gun here. Yeah, this is a single shot game. I'm ignoring the lurber because I want to shoot this one. Hello. T23E3. In terms of hit points and DPM, I think he's just a bit above me, but he could keep hammering away at me at 160 per shot and I have 225. It just doesn't work. Same tier mediums and same tier light tanks, they can also keep up with you. They can keep harassing you. A Tiger 1 is a very dangerous target as well in that regard because he has horrendous DPM. If you're a stick driver, he will just chew you up, spit you out, then chew some more and I don't know, turn you into dog food or something like that. They will tear you apart, no problems whatsoever. They just switch to HE, and it was with every game I had, people were switching to HE because they know they can maximize the damage on me. But if you have lone tanks like this, and of course this is the last tank alive, no problem there. But you can see I can go around the IS-5, no problem, and then shoot him. Unlucky, I don't get the kill. But I got one kill. I got a scout medal. I spotted the tanks up early. I reset the B cap twice, which allowed my team to gain points. I think we were 100 points up ahead. And again, 2k damage, and that I'm second on the team. I've outperformed the T-34-2, the IS-6, and the Panther-2. And 11 shots, 11 penetrations, good accuracy on my part. So yeah, here's another one on Dynasty's Pearl. This is not the one where I get blown up. But I decided to go into the town area because Reds had 4 heavies and then make a quick run into B. They have a Dracula. That's the one I'm worried about most, so I decide to move away now over here. And then go down again. Luckily there aren't any heavy tanks popping up. And you can see I'm driving away. First, I want to get unspotted. I want to have my camo rating reset. And I'm thinking here, right, what am I gonna do? Am I going to go on to the C cap? No shots available. Might have been a very slim shot, but I'm not going to shoot. I'm not going to capture C. My team needs me. I had already seen, I'm using the Autoloader 450 average alpha. I had already seen there are tanks on the enemy team which are very nice targets. There's one over there, I think it's a VK 3608, who is now 308 health. Those tanks are the targets you want to shoot, and now he's on 78, so even better. Those are the tanks you want to shoot at 450 in a clip. Unluckily, I'm spotted by an AFK AMX 12T, but remember I have a double shot autoloader, so there we go. Once it's twice, 3 times a lady, lovely jubbly. We're slightly winning here. I'm getting cocky. I'm thinking, okay, I have an autoloader. I can use HE on the back of a T-29. I shouldn't have done that. Should have used training rules for it. I shoot him anyways, and then look at the KVZ and think, oh shit, there's a KVZ looking at me, and I bounce a shot on the lower back end of the turret of the T-29. He's then moving forward again, so I'm thinking, okay, I can shoot you here. And this is what I meant by brawling and getting cocky and just going in there and trying to DPM trade. Just don't fucking do it. It just doesn't work. It will not work. That's my next prime target. The KV-3 is on way too much health, but that Dracula is on 400. Any tanks are between 400 and 450. You will want to shoot them. You will probably take them out. And that's why, for me at least, the autoloading gun is the preferable gun. I get 2 shots for 450 total onto them. I then go away. I have about 10 seconds time to reload, which resets my camo. It is a bit unlucky and unfortunate to not have the possibility to dump my clip in in even less time. This is annoying. I bounced a shot on the front plate, but now I get 450 back again. You can see, dump my clip. Go back into cover, keep cover between me and the rest of the tanks and the red team, and now I switch up to the heat. There we go. I had 1 shot, would have jumped off and shot him inside if I hadn't penetrated. And so far I haven't seen the AMX 12T, figuring he's still on the cap, luckily. Because on this game we're lucky to have an AFK on the reds, which is easy damage and an easy win. But yeah, like I said, I prefer the autoloading gun because I can do 450, and with HE you can get it up a bit better. I think the damage on HE is, what is it, 300? Something like that. That works even better. But it allows me to do 450 per shottery or 450 per clip, and then get into cover, reload, hit your camo reset, and get back again. And if you do that, then you're becoming that really tiny terror that the SP1C can be. For me, if you have that single shotgun, it is just another tier 7 light tank with a single shotgun, or a tier 6 light tank, or a medium, or whatever type of tank, and it just doesn't work that well. We're going to have 2 more games, I think, or 3, I don't know, 2, I think. Let me check. Yeah, it's two games, but fairly long, especially the last one, and it's going to be a full one because I want to talk you through all my thoughts on the game, really. This one is on Black Goldfill in patch 5.0, so really recent games. And you can see what I'm doing here. I have spotted up a few tanks. They seem to be in the middle, reds mostly. This is a bit annoying. Should have aimed for the turret. I hit him on the hillside. Also lost a bit of penetration power because the shot went through the fence. But hey ho, things like that happen. But it is annoying to not be able to dump 450 on a red tank really. And this one has to go SU 105, shot through the front. Okay, thank you very much. And now we can just work around really. My team isn't really paying attention. By the looks of it, AMX 12T are doing a wonderful job in encircling that IS. Don't know where that shot went that I shot, but happens. This one goes in and AMX 12T is still running circles around. And he's going to make a bit of a mistake really by going up the hill now. I have that single shotgun and I am loaded. He has 2 shots left. And he's trying to follow me. Probably wants to dump his clip. He's now moving up. He's going to get killed. And that's when I'm starting to look and think, okay, what is happening here? We have 2 tanks on the cap. That's a KV-2 and an ARL. And what I'm going to need to do in this game is be a bit of a brawler in an SP1C. And like I said, you don't want to be a brawler in an SP1C. And at first I'm thinking, okay, we got 4 tanks left. Then I'm looking at the map and I'm thinking, oh god, we have 2 in the cap circle. Right, where's that other one? Damn it, he's AFK! Right, now we have an AFK on our team. So in that regard, no rigged matchmaking or whatever. A bit unlucky, we have an AFK now on our team. But what comes around goes around, apparently. I'm going to shoot the LTTP now. He is bad gun depression over the back. He gets shot again. And I'm moving on the hill here thinking, okay, he is being very nice, that Bulldog. He's isolating himself. And what he is doing there is how you should not play light tanks. He's going in YOLO, he's going to use the mobility. He wants to abuse mobility really. I was thinking, alright, I'm going to die here. I'm going to shoot the LTTP and I shoot him, but he gets killed by the KV-2. Thank you very much. And same goes for this AMX 12T. I can shoot him here now. I drop off and reload, and that AMX 12T is making a bit of a mistake. You can see he's pinched between the tanks on the cap. And then me, he has a damaged turret, which I'm going to abuse. And it seemed like I was running around like a headless chicken, which I was to some degree. But I was picking my targets right. I decided to move up that hill, get away from the Bulldog, get away from the 12T, get away from the LTTB. They were panicking, they were driving around and driving around and driving around like some people do in light tanks. I mean, the other tanks, if you still have the numbers from sets and numbers more or less in your head, all the other tanks have something to make up for less armor. The LTTB has forms of armor, really, so yeah, that isn't really a light tank in that regard. The Type 62 has really good mobility and a really good gun and amazing DPM, and same goes for the Bulldog. The T71 and the AMX 1375 have a 3-shot autoloader, which gives them 480 in terms of clip damage. And like I said, the SP1C really only has, in my opinion, viewing range and camo rating. And those are 2 things that are very hard to implement in Blitz, because Blitz has become more or less a game of using the DPM, raw DPM, really quick games. And of course it's Blitz, it's mobile, it is quick games. But if you want to be successful in the SP1C, then you have to know the maps, then you have to know how spotting works, then you have to know how to use camo rating, view range, etc. And that's exactly what we're going to do on this game on Alpenstadt, which came in update 4.9. So we have an old vineyards, but we have Alpenstadt as well. And you can see I'm moving from one position to another. I am trying to flank as wide as possible. I'm constantly thinking, alright, I'm in this position, where can the reds possibly be? And you can see I'm using this bush in front of me. I am spotting this Tiger P, and he's on 253 meters, which is just about his view range maximum, I think. But he can't see me because I have my camo rating. This tank could possibly see me, the AMX VK2801, and he is going to spot me because I wanted to respot that Tiger P. But you can see I was just a bit too far forward. VK2801 managed to catch my front vision port, visibility port. We have a problem with the KV2 at the moment, who is somewhat stuck, and you can see we're already bleeding tanks and bleeding hit points. We have a T20 at the back who is rolling in on the Tiger. Tiger is behind that hill somewhere. There he is. Hello. And I'm just looking around at what I can do now. Can't shoot the Tiger. No, not available. I'm not spotted. That's good. Tiger's still not available, and I'm going to use the gun depression here. I'm really not in the mood on throwing away my hit points, and I'm going to need later. You have 1000 hit points. That's a healthy pool, but it can disappear really quick. So don't throw away your hit points. If you have your hit points in the end of the game, especially, which I found, it's personal preference obviously. If you have your hit points in the end of the game and you can use them as a form of armor really, then you become lethal, especially with that autoloading gun. More, in my opinion, more so than with the single shot gun. This is a bit of a stupid move. I wanted to kill that SU-12244 to maybe help keep the Kuro Mori Mine alive. We failed to do that. VK28 is still there, right? And we're moving on to the Tiger P because he's a far more dangerous opponent, and I want to dump my clip completely into him. There we go, T230 and another one. And we're going to move off. And the Tiger has just enough gun pressure to shoot me in the butt. But by the time I roll around, I'm reloaded so I can put one shot into him. I'm checking, can I shoot that VK? No, I can't. Alright, we're going to reload. And remember, 10 seconds. I have just over 10 seconds. I have a really good crew. My camo rating is reset. His isn't. There he is. He hasn't spotted me yet. Still no light bulb. Shoot him there. 1, 2, 3. Bling! I'm spotted now. And I shoot him and kill him. And if you know how to do that, use a camo rating, use bushes, use the hill, because you know where you can use the gun depression and where not, etc. Then you can be really successful in this tank. It's also a rear-mounted turret tank. Turret is on the back, so you can also drive backwards and poke over ridges, which gives you even a bit more of gun depression, really. I'm hoping that T20 is going to capture the base now. You can see he isn't. And we still have a fair bit of work to do. I have my hit points still left, 625, which means I can survive a shot from the KV-1S, and I could survive, with a bit of luck, 2 shots from the Jagdpanzer IV, but it's not an ideal situation. So we're going to flank back. I might have been spotted, not sure really. So I went into their spawn, didn't spot any tanks, thinking alright, they might be over here. And they are, at least one of them is. That's the Jagdpanzer. It's nearly full health, so I want to shoot him once and then again. And there's no KV spotted yet, so we're going to track him in place. We do get a track shot. Thank you very much for moving in T20 as well. It's good. We're going to use the hill to maneuver ourselves around again. The Jagdpanzer is now in dire trouble. We can finish him off. I'm still spotted. I'm already reloading, which you can see, which means I also know when my camo is going to be reset, which should be about now. Right, bushes not getting shot. Any KVs rushing in? No, apparently not. Right, where are they then? Thinking, what are we going to do? They were last spotted in the bottom right corner on the minimap, around red spawn, around that hill. They didn't really seem to be, let's say, experienced platoon. New players maybe who want to drive a KV-1S and a KV-2. So I'm on in a hunter's mode now really, and I want to get spots on them and then shoot them, and let's hope for them to be one shots or one clips really. And no, they aren't. That's some more work to do. There's at least 2 shots on the KV1. That's 1 in. He has spotted me. He's turning, and I can shoot him again. I can track him, and he misses. Thank you. Lovely. Right, but I still have 1 shot needed on the KV. I have 2 clips needed on the KV1S. So let's go. There we go. Track him. KV will not be able to reload before I can shoot him again, so I will save to move out. I'm using the rock, as you can see, driving backwards. I have my clip nearly reloaded. KV2 drops. KV1S is unspotted. I can shoot him again. KV is not spotted yet, KV2, but he can't shoot me, so I'm reloading again. But now time is of an issue. Suddenly I'm thinking, right, I have half a minute left. I have only half a minute left. We have to go. We have to carry here. Hold my beer, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz Universe. Can we do it? Lovely. You are all on the bridge. That shot goes in. And can we shoot the KV2 as well? There we go. Yes, thank you very much. We managed to shoot that one as well and get another Redley medal. So yeah, that's, I think, a pretty darn good game. 4K in an SP1C. Mastery, Top Gun, High Caliber, Redley Walters for 1300 base XP. Might be a bit of a low bar for a tier 7 tank, but like I said, it is one of the worst performing tanks in the game. And you can probably see from my review and from some of the mistakes I made why it is. But I hope you found this video useful. This is the SP1C Tiny Terror from tier 7 in the German tech tree. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz Universe. I'll catch you on the next one.